Let's dive into the world of thread concepts. In this module, we will explore lightweight processes and the benefits of multithreading. We'll uncover how threads enhance application performance and responsiveness. So, what exactly are threads? Threads are the smallest unit of execution within a process. Think of them as mini programs running inside a larger application. Threads share the same memory space, meaning they can access the same data, but they execute independently, allowing for concurrent operations. Threads are lightweight compared to processes, making them efficient for multitasking. They share memory space and resources, enabling seamless data exchange. Each thread has its own stack and registers, which are essential for managing its execution flow. Because of these features, threads can execute concurrently, improving the overall performance of applications. Let's compare threads and processes. A process is an independent program in execution, while a thread is a lightweight unit of execution within a process. Processes have separate memory spaces, providing strong isolation. Threads, however, share memory within the same process, enabling direct data access. Creating processes takes more time and resources compared to threads. Context switching, which is switching between different tasks, is an expensive operation for processes, but significantly faster for threads. Processes communicate through inter-process communication mechanisms, while threads can directly access shared memory. Processes offer strong isolation, meaning if one process crashes, it doesn't affect others. On the other hand, threads have weak isolation, so if a thread crashes, it can affect the entire process. Multithreading offers several key benefits. First, it improves performance by utilizing multiple central processing unit cores for parallel execution of tasks. This means your application can do more at once. Second, it enhances responsiveness by keeping the user interface active while performing background operations, so the application doesn't freeze up. Multithreading also promotes efficient resource sharing through a shared address space, minimizing memory usage. Finally, it enables faster context switching, resulting in lower overhead compared to process context switching. These benefits combine to make multithreading a powerful tool for modern software development. Threads go through various states during their lifecycle. First, a thread is in the new state when it is created but not yet started. Then it moves to the ready state, where it's waiting to be assigned to a central processing unit core. When the scheduler selects it, the thread enters the running state, where it executes its instructions. During execution, a thread can become blocked if it's waiting for input or output or another resource. Once the input or output operation is complete, it returns to the ready state. Finally, a thread enters the terminated state when it completes its execution. Understanding these states and transitions is crucial for effective multi-threaded programming and debugging. There are two primary thread implementation models: user-level threads and kernel-level threads. User-level threads are managed entirely by user-level libraries without kernel involvement. The kernel is unaware of these threads. This model offers fast thread operations and customizable scheduling. However, it cannot utilize multiple central processing units, and blocking system calls block all threads. Kernel-level threads, on the other hand, are managed directly by the operating system kernel, with each user thread mapped to a kernel thread. This allows for true parallelism on multi-core systems, and one thread can block without affecting others. However, kernel-level threads come with higher overhead for thread operations and require more system resources. Let's look at a simple thread creation example using POSIX threads, also known as threads. POSIX threads is a standardized C or C++ threading application programming interface available on most Unix-like operating systems. Key functions include thread create, which creates a new thread, thread join, which waits for thread completion, thread exit, which terminates the calling thread, thread mutex lock, which locks a mutex, and thread mutex unlock, which unlocks a mutex. The code example provided demonstrates a basic thread creation process in C. It includes the necessary header files, declares a thread function, creates a new thread using thread create, waits for the thread to finish using thread join, and then exits. In Java, multithreading is supported through the thread class and runnable interface. There are three main approaches to thread creation in Java. First, extending the thread class, which involves overriding the run method and calling start. Second, implementing the runnable interface, which offers more flexibility and allows a class to extend another class. Third, using executor service, a modern approach with thread pools and futures. The code example on the right demonstrates the runnable interface approach. It creates a runnable task, creates a thread with the task, and starts the thread, allowing the main thread to continue its execution. A key challenge in multithreading is thread synchronization. The core problem is race conditions, which occur when multiple threads access shared data concurrently, leading to unpredictable outcomes depending on the timing of thread execution. This can result in data corruption and inconsistent results. Fortunately, there are several synchronization solutions available, including mutex, which provides mutual exclusion locks for critical sections. Semaphores control access to limited resources. Monitors provide high-level synchronization constructs, and atomic operations ensure indivisible operations. The code example demonstrates the use of a mutex to protect shared data in C, ensuring that only one thread can access the counter at a time, thus preventing race conditions. Multithreading comes with its own set of challenges and requires adherence to best practices. Common challenges include race conditions, deadlocks where threads wait indefinitely for each other, debugging complexity due to timing-dependent bugs, and overhead from thread creation and context switching. To mitigate these, follow best practices such as minimizing shared data to promote thread isolation, using thread pools to reuse threads and reduce overhead, leveraging higher-level abstractions like concurrent collections, and establishing consistent lock ordering to prevent deadlocks. Remember, with great power comes great responsibility, and multithreading is no exception. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.